wanted to make sure I got everyone's attention. Pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10410, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertising such notice in the Home News Tribune, the Asbury Park Press, the Board Office, the schools, and on Cablevision Channel 118 and Verizon Fios Channel 24, and by filling such notice with the Township Clerk. This meeting was scheduled for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. The Board will take formal action on payment of bills and other agenda items.
The Old Bridge Township Board of Education acknowledges that the law of this state establishes that members of the public, including members of the board, have the right to record public board meetings using audio or video recording devices, provided that the act or recording does not interfere with the business of this public board meeting. Therefore, the board makes it known that any such recording is to be considered the private recording of the individual and in no manner represents the official record of this board. The board therefore takes no responsibility for such private recording and completely disavows any future use.
Roll call, please.
Ms. D'Antuno.
Here.
Mr. Dunn.
Here.
Ms. Jodry.
Here.
Ms. Mazzone.
Here.
Ms. Richards-Patterson.
Here.
Mr. Slade. Absent. Mr. Solokowski. Mr. Venkatesan.
Here.
And Ms. Francisco is absent. We have a quorum.
Please stand for the pledge.
Can we have a discussion about the whole flag situation? From a camera standpoint, is it easier to go to the one that's closer to the stage? The flag. We all go to the one that's higher on the wall, but I feel like to the camera that looks funny because there's this flag right here. Like, yes. Okay. So they can see that. So which flag do you guys want? Okay.
Code of Ethics. The board member will carry out his or her responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with fellow board members, ensure they are well run. Approval of minutes. Need a motion, please?
Jodry, move. Richards-Patterson, second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dunn.
Yes.
Ms. Jodry.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone.
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent. Mr. Solokowski.
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan.
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno.
Yes.
And Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolution 1 for approval of minutes passes.
Report of the student president.
Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Sports has started off strong in the new year with the boys wrestling coming off a win on their senior night, and our girls have come off in a third-place finish at the GMC Championships. Both of our teams look to continue their strong seasons in the coming weeks as the boys compete for a GMC Championship Friday and Saturday this week. Boys and girls basketball have been battling hard this year on the court with some of the top teams week in and week out. Both teams are ready to make a run at the championship games. Both boys and girls track recently competed at the Group 4 state relays, with both teams medaling in several events, including winning the girls' shot put relay with seniors Victoria Elaine and Tatiana Constrata. Both teams look to contend for the team and individual titles this weekend at the GMC Championships and state championships ahead. Our bowling team has had a successful season with solid conference showing so far. Both the boys and girls team are poised for deep runs in the state tournament. The boys and girls swim teams have been building on performances week after week and are showing that come championships, they will be a force in the water. And finally, the ice hockey team has been led by senior Nick Gallo, who recently broke the school record in career points. Congrats, Nick. In the club world, UMFA is hosting a great event called Pause for a Cause to help support our very own Old Bridge Animal Shelter. Our Asian American Club is hosting a bake sale to help raise funds for their club, and the Lollipop Shop is currently in the process of making Valentine Grams, a sweet treat you send to a sweet person. Many clubs are currently in the process of creating their biggest events of the year, and I'm excited to share those details with you all when they become available, so be on the lookout. And finally, our very own Student Senate is in the process of preparing to host the biggest event of the year, Nights Out. For those who don't know, Nights Out is an evening of fun, food, and friends where this very building becomes our playground for the night. The Knights love this event, and we can't wait to see everyone there. Despite it being cold outside, our school spirit is on fire. I'm so excited and can't wait to come back with more information. The spirit of the Knights is alive and thriving, and it's going to be a great rest of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to recognition. Move the board to approve the retirement of the following staff members with deep appreciation for their years of dedicated service to the district: Lisa Goebel McManus, Kathleen Cochran, and Guy Lassen. Kathleen Cochran has served as a teacher for 25 years in the district, 21 years elsewhere, totaling 46 years of teaching. Congratulations and good luck on your retirements, and thank you all for your years of service to our district and to our students. Can I have a motion, please?
Jody will move.
D'Antino, second.
Roll call.
Can I make a comment?
Sorry, discussion, yeah.
Guy Lassen, we've heard great things he's done with the district, especially Toys for Tots and Stuff the Bus. That's been awesome. Lisa's a neighbor of mine, so I know the love and care that she gives into the bus driving, and the passion she has for it. And you've seen videos of her with the vans and helping the kids on the van. So congratulations to all three, and for Kathleen, 41 years of teaching is amazing. So thank you all.
I would like to also add, Dr. Hoker and I had the chance to stop over at Miller and see Miss Cochran, and still smiling, working really hard every day. So it was great to have a conversation with her and recap 40 years, over 40 years. And certainly Mr. Lassen, someone who I've spent a lot of time with over the last 20 years here at the high school. And so proud of what he did with our Military Wall of Fame just a few months ago over here at the high school. He will be deeply missed here at Old Bridge High School. So 3 amazing employees who have done so much for our district. So congratulations.
Anybody else? Roll call, please.
Ms. Jodry,
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solikowski,
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolution 1 for recognition passes. Congratulations to all.
Moving on to superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Mazzone. So good evening. Each January, schools across our nation observe School Board Recognition Month, a time to publicly thank and acknowledge the dedicated individuals who volunteer their time to serve our community as members of the Board of Education. On behalf of our students, staff, families, and administration, I want to express our sincere appreciation to each of our board members here in Old Bridge and for your service and your commitment to the Old Bridge Township Public School System. Tonight, we're honored to present the board with a special plaque as a small but meaningful token of appreciation. What makes this recognition even more special is how the plaque was created. This plaque was proudly made by our talented students in the woodshop program here at the high school under the leadership of Mr. Borriello. I want to recognize Mr. Borriello and his students for their craftsmanship, creativity, and the pride that they take in their work. I would also like to thank Mr. Mazzella for helping with the personalized action shots of each board member, which are replaceable if you don't like them, so don't worry. We are going to get a picture of all 9 of you when we're all here together, and you can put that in there. But board members, as we present this plaque to you this evening, please know that it represents the respect and appreciation of an entire school community that values your service, recognizes the time, care, and responsibility that comes with your role. Congratulations and happy School Board Recognition Month. That concludes my report tonight.
Thank you, guys. Progress
I
toward...
would
go
like to
ahead.
add
Go
a few
ahead.
comments here.
Shoot.
Really surprising. Thank you very much. It's a fantastic idea, and thanks to the students, who worked hard, and the teacher. As a board member, right? Yes, we get elected, but it is not just one person's deed here. It's the collective effort of all the same vision, the goals. But at the same time, I would like to also thank the school administration to bearing with us. Each 9 of us, come with different perspectives, different views. But you really, Dr. Tui and Dr. Uker, at least this is like a family that's going on here. Yes, within the family we agree, disagree, but the objective is the same, right? So I would like to thank on the celebration of the board. I would also like to thank the school administration and everybody underneath each of you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Progress towards goals? Correspondence?
No correspondence tonight.
Special committee reports? Okay. Hearing of the residents on agenda items only.
Andrew Lewis, OBEA. Just a question on board secretary and board business number 2, the cyberbullying, responsible digital conduct. So I'm not against it. I think it's very important. Just 2 questions regarding it. What was the impetus for it? It wasn't on the agenda last week, and I don't recall seeing any legislation requiring the board to adopt it. And then how will it be implemented and enforced? Thank you.
Yeah, we'll close the mic.
Okay. Mic is closed. Okay, under policy, can I get a motion to vote on number 1?
Venkatesan will second.
Any discussion?
I have a question on it. Originally, I had concerns about the number of things under the Student Service Committee, but admin's kind of assured me that it'll all work out. And we can always adjust it if it does get to be too much at one meeting. However, I did notice, and I apologize for not realizing it last week, under liaisons, there's no PTA President's Council. I think the board and the different PTAs can work very well together. And some of the feedback from admin and from Ms. Francisco was that admin's going to be at the meetings anyway, but although we work very closely with admin, the Board of Ed is separate from admin. And I do think it's important that the board still has a seat as a designated liaison to there. And if you were pulling the liaison, does President Council aware of it? So, especially when we're starting to talk redistricting and doing things like that, I think having the PTA on the board's side and the district side would be important. So I'd like to see that put back on as a liaison.
So I had spoke with Elena about this, and we were discussing the reasoning behind removing the liaison for President's Council. Hold on one second. So one of the reasons why we think it's not necessary to have one is talking about redistricting. That's the chance for anybody on the PTA, anybody in the community to come to committee meetings and voice their concern. There's nothing, Dr. Sasso, Dr. Holker, they both assured us that they were going to still show up to President's Council meetings, come back to us, let us know what's going on, in PTAs, and vice versa. Also, hold on.
But not to pick on any other group, the same thing could be said for like CPAG. If there's a discussion for CPAG, then they can come to a special services committee.
Yes.
So, and was President's Council consulted on, do they need a board liaison? So if we're going to pull it, I think it should be a
Well,
conversation.
I don't know if President's Council was notified. I have no idea. Also, we felt that the presidents that attend President's Council don't represent every voice of every PTA member.
Well, they were elected into that position. That's not our position as a Board of Education to say, oh, you don't represent your full
Right, but no one's
school.
going to stop you from going. You could go, Margie, anyone can go to these
I didn't
meetings
say
and
it
report
had to be
back.
me. I just think the board should have presence. I'll leave it up to the board to decide. The option was there to discuss. I'm sharing my views with the board, and the board can vote appropriately.
We also thought that President's Council has become very political and divisive, and we're trying to keep that out of the board. So we want to keep everything just transparent. So again, them coming to our committee meetings, I think that's more.
Respectfully, then that's your personal opinion, and I could,
Okay, well, I guess the board
Could
will
have a
vote on
different
it and
opinion.
see who thinks what.
that's fine.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Ms. Mazzone?
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent. Mr. Solikowski?
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan?
Yes?
Ms. D'Antuno?
No.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Jodry?
Yes.
Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolution 1 for policy passes.
I just want to make a comment on what I observed, right? I think holistically we have like 14 schools in total, elementaries and then 2 middle schools, high school. Maybe, we could come up with a quarterly meeting with all the PTA leads or who is, leading each elementary school with the board directly. That gives probably a more perspective, quarterly ones. I'm not trying to overdo this like every month or, every few weeks, right? Quarterly ones, we're going to meet only 4 times in a year, which I think a direct interaction, because honestly speaking, I live in one side of the community. I know about the school that is going on there. I know only the PTA members who are leading that school. I have no clue on what's happening the other side of the town. So that quarterly ones, I'm thinking will bring in more different perspectives, what is going on. We could share directly with the PTA leads or their presidents, I think, of each school, PTA presidents and whatever.
Sharon, that's exactly what President's Council is. They meet every other month.
No, the council can be for them how to work together. But what I'm proposing is a quarterly meet with the board directly. All the 14 times 2, if there are 2 leads in each PTA per school, 14 times 2 come to such avenue like this, we all can collaborate on what's going. Just a thought process here to get more closer to every single PTA president or vice president or any committee member in each PTA of every school.
Okay, so like I said, just to address that, although not every PTA chooses to attend, every PTA president and delegate, so you have 2 members from every PTA, is invited to a meeting. The first half is with the board and the administration, and then they have a second half that's more closed. So they have 4 to 5 meetings a year, so that's exactly what it is, and that's, so you're suggesting exactly what I was trying to fight for.
We could still do that, at least quarterly occurrence, I'm thinking, and I don't have the invite, maybe I don't know the schedule, maybe if I could get it, I'm happy to join that actually. I want to hear what's happening on the other side of the town as well. But I want to meet in that forum all the PTA presidents and vice presidents, not from the council, not just a handful, few of them, but directly I want to work with each and every person from that elementary school to hear their perspectives, what's going on, and we can share updates to them. Yeah.
Madam Vice President, there was a time, I've been on the board for almost 13 years, and I can remember that the board actually took it upon themselves to go to PTA meetings at various schools and just check in and make sure things were going well, if there was any questions, if there was anything that they can do to assist. I think this board needs to get back to that direction. I know that there's members here who do that. They go to SEPTA's meeting continuously, but does anyone go to Madison Park's PTA meeting? Does anyone go to
Margie does.
Shiraz? I understand. okay? But I've been to PTA meetings where I've been the only one to show up at Cooper School. And obviously, I have a reason to, but I'm trying to say, board member, is that we all should commit ourselves to go to its PTA meeting and show the parents that we're accessible at their meeting. It's a little different environment when you're going into a school and into a PTA meeting. It's a little bit informal. It's a little bit easier for people to communicate. I think we would get more mileage out of that by going to those meetings than one larger meeting. I agree there should be dialogue on the board to determine what the course of action we should employ here for President's Council, but I think we need to get back into the trenches and visit PTAs at their school and show them that we do want to be engaged at their level, because it's a lot easier when you have a smaller group and when you have ordinary parents in the room. That's just my opinion, and maybe we can get back to that.
No, I like that opinion, Mr. Dunn, but the point is we all cannot go to every single school's PTA, 14 schools out there, physically, right, with all the other schedules we got. So, yes, probably, if the board thinks, each of us can say, okay, I can cover for a few elementary, you can cover for a few elementary, or we can split among us, and among us we could come back and discuss, this is what is going on, this is the feedback, this is the input. That's one way to do it. But physically, I think one person to go for all the 14 school PTA meetings is kind of impossible, as or do a quarterly meeting. I'll leave to other members. Yeah.
I think it's important, like you said, that the PTA, the president was elected. That's another way to get them into our meetings and get them here. Get on the microphone. Tell the community what's going on in the schools. We want to be as transparent as we can with all the schools. So by us only going to, one school here, one school there, everything gets lost in miscommunication. There's a million events going on every week, every month. So I think by getting more people into these meetings, I think that's what we need. So I don't think there needs to be a liaison just one person that shows up to one meeting. I think they should be able to come to our meetings as well and open up and tell us what's going on in the schools.
Yeah, and just so you know, Kieran, you can join any PTA. And honestly, they rely on the dues, the money that comes in from them. It's like $10 to $12 per PTA. I have seen Margie at our Sandburg ones, and I would imagine she's probably on all of them. Matt, I think when I first met Matt, he's like, you should join all the PTAs. So the good thing about that is even if you can't go to all the meetings, then you're on their email list. So that's even a way to find out what's going on in the schools. If you can't make them all, I mean, we're lucky because a lot of ours are Zoom. So I can kind of multitask. I could be at a kid's sporting event and, also in that. But that's just a thought too, because yeah, I do. I mean, I love going to the SEPTA meetings, and I'm in the loop there. And I would love to learn more about the schools too and interact with all of them. Not just one specific designated person too. So it's worth talking about, and I'm glad it's coming out and being discussed so that everybody kind of understands what the options are, and that our door's open here too to anybody that wants to come and talk with us.
Okay, anybody else? Nope. Okay. Curriculum and professional development. Can I get a motion for agenda items 1 and 2?
D'Antuno will move.
Jojo, second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Richards Patterson.
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent. Mr. Solakowski.
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan.
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn.
Yes.
Ms. Jodry.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone.
Yes.
And Ms. Francisco is absent, which means resolutions 1 and 2 for curriculum and professional development passes.
Finance. Can I have a motion to move agenda items 1 to 12?
Then we'll make a motion, finance items 1 through 12.
Richards Patterson, a second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Slade is absent, so we'll go to Mr. Solakowski.
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan.
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn.
Yes.
Ms. Jodry.
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone.
Yes.
Ms. Richards Patterson.
Yes.
And Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 through 12 for finance carries.
We have nothing under athletics. Non-certificated personnel office. Can I have a motion to move agenda item number 1?
Venkatesan will move.
Joji will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Joudry,
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolution 1 for non-certificated personnel office carries.
Non-certificated personnel operational. Can I have a motion to move numbers 1 and 2?
D'Antuno will move.
Richards Patterson, a second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Joudry,
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 and 2 for non-certificated personnel operational passes.
Non-certificated personnel other. Can I have a motion to move numbers 1 through 5?
D'Antuno will move.
Venkatesan will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Joudry,
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 through 5 for non-certificated personnel other carries.
Certificated personnel. Can I have a motion to move items 1 through 9?
D'Antuno will move.
Joji will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Joudry, Ms. Mazzone, Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 through 9 for certificated personnel carries.
Non-certificated personnel transportation. Can I have a motion to move items 1 and 2?
Richards Patterson, a motion.
Venkatesan will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Mazzone,
That's me. Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Joudry,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 and 2 for non-certificated personnel transportation passes.
Transportation. Can I have a motion to move items 1 through 3?
Then we'll move transportation items 1 through 3.
D'Antuno will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, Mr. Venkatesan,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Joudry,
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 through 3 for transportation passes.
Supplies, equipment, and services. Can I have a motion to move items 1 through 3, please?
Joji will move it.
Richards Patterson, a second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. On the item number 1, looks like we have received some bids for the group prescription drug benefits, and this is for the following fiscal year, right?
This had the potential to be for this year, and it would be looking for next year as well. So what this was us exploring a move to self-insurance for RX or prescription services. When this RFP was put out and received in January, we had in the RFP that potentially we can award as early as March, but there's obviously going to be some time to evaluate these proposals. So all this resolution is just postmarking that we received and opened these proposals. We currently have our benefits consultant, Brown & Brown, are currently going through the proposals, kind of putting together a reference sheet for us, and then a committee will evaluate those proposals before we make any decision. But we can make a decision in this school year to move if the savings are right, but potentially we're looking to make a change for the start of next year, 26-27.
All right, thank you.
Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Mr. Slade is absent. Mr. Solakowski?
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan?
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno?
Yes.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Chodri?
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone?
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Francisco is absent. Supplies, equipment, and services, resolutions 1 through 3 passes.
Miscellaneous. Can I have a motion to move items 1 through 5, please?
Then we'll move miscellaneous items 1 through 5.
Jody will second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Solakowski?
Yes.
Mr. Venkatesan?
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno?
Yes.
Mr. Dunn?
Yes.
Ms. Chodri?
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone?
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson?
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent. Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 through 5 for miscellaneous passes.
Actually, I just have a quick question for clarification. What is a tabletop activity under the drills?
So oftentimes, especially in these cold months, the guidance from the Department of Education allows schools to conduct tabletop exercises where you can, pull in security, custodial services, different stakeholders within the school and go over different types of scenarios, kind of run through, scenario 1, what would we do? 2, if there was a fire at this exit, where would we redirect, things like that.
Thank you.
Board Secretary and Board Business. Can I have a motion to move items 1 through 3, please?
Richards Patterson will motion.
Second?
Venkatesan will second.
Any discussion?
Yes, I just want to follow up on Mr. Lewis's question. Do we have any answers for number 3?
I could take that. So Governor Murphy just recently signed, as he's walking out of office, a cell phone bill that prohibits cell phones within many of our schools, including potentially the high school. As we move forward to next year, we thought it would be a good opportunity to refocus on all of our instructional techniques to teach our kids how to be utilizing their phones to the best of their ability and to be as socially appropriate as possible. It will be governed, to Mr. Lewis's question, through our HIB procedures, as all cyberbullying would. And the last 4, be it further resolved, the board affirms expectation of all members of the school community to engage responsible digital contact. Be it resolved, the superintendent designee is directed to ensure the existing policies and procedures addressing cyberbullying are communicated to board members and staff. And then have the board support age-appropriate education and awareness efforts related to digital citizenship, online safety, and respectful communication, which is something that some of our supervisors have been focusing on in some of the ELA and social studies components that we have implemented this year. Hope that answered your question.
So is this, did this template come from someplace? I don't disagree with that. I'm just curious, did the state hand down this kind of template, or did we come up with the wording on our own?
I think it came up from the board president.
It's not state language, Ms. D'Antuno. It's a growing trend in districts in Monmouth and Ocean counties and elsewhere, because this does, as you see in the 3rd paragraph, it talks about it includes conduct which is harassment, intimidation, and bullying as we used to know it before 2012. Whether or not it falls within the statutory definitions in New Jersey, and therefore it applies to victims who are not students. So it wouldn't go through the HIB process in all cases. Sometimes it would. Sometimes it could be beyond that if it pertains to somebody who is not a student.
Again, I don't disagree with what it's saying, but for it to be it's going to come out wrong. It wasn't slid in last minute, but it wasn't exactly like a discussion from board level, and whether it was a policy or what committee it would have fallen under, to just be kind of put on an agenda. And I'll admit, I didn't read it over the weekend. I had family stuff and then work and stuff, so the fault is mine. But I just think it could have been handled better.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Venkatason,
Yes.
Ms. D'Antuno,
Yes.
Mr. Dunn,
Yes.
Ms. Jodry,
Yes.
Ms. Mazzone,
Yes.
Ms. Richards-Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Slade is absent, Mr. Solakowski, and Ms. Francisco is absent. Resolutions 1 through 3 for Board Secretary and Board Business passes.
Hearing of the residents on any school district issue. Okay, mic closed. Any board member have any old business to discuss? No? Any new business?
Yes. I'd like to give a shout out to the Old Bridge Elks. A little backstory: during one of the SEPTA meetings, I got speaking to Ms. Quillis about the Old Bridge High School Transition Planning Program. Our transition students isn't a student group that we discuss a lot, but it was great to see, the work SEPTA had done over the summer with the kitchens and things like that. So I got talking okay, what's next for these students? What do they need next? And it turns out that these students, when they go out into the workforce, have shirts that have been kind of handed down from year to year to year. And she's like, they'd really kind of like new shirts, so we have to figure out how that can be done. I'm like, don't worry, I got you. So I went to the Elks, wrote up a request, and said, could you sponsor some shirts for the students? I'm hoping it goes on an ongoing basis, so any new student coming to the program would get a new shirt. But Marjorie and I were there with the Elks on last Wednesday. We had Ms. Quillis, I'm going to mess up names, Resiniti, thank you, Ms. Crane, and Ms. Chalbowski, and then some paras and stuff like that. And we presented these shirts to the students. The students were thrilled. They were so excited to get new stuff. We took a big group photo. Some of the kids, put it on right away. So I do want to give a shout out to the Old Bridge Elks. Thank you so much for quickly saying yes and giving these students new shirts to start the new year.
So last week, I was able to attend the SEPTA meeting, and we were able to hear their student reps, and they spoke about how Play Unified really has helped them and how much they enjoy the Play Unified teams, and just how it makes them feel very included and they have such fun with their friends, and they get to hang out. And it was really refreshing to hear, because I feel like every student needs that comfort. Like every student should feel happy to go to a sport or happy to come to school, because unfortunately not all of our students have that at home. So to hear these kids talk about how Unified really makes them feel included was really nice. It was a great meeting. Dr. Sasso got to the Gatorade Award.
Yes.
You want to explain the Gatorade Award?
Wait,
The Gatorade Award? The girl that won the Gatorade Award.
Oh. You know what? I'm gonna hold off on that,
Okay.
because we're gonna do a really formal recognition next
Okay.
month. But yes, we had a student at the high school receive a tremendous honor. As part of the award package, she had the ability to. She received $1,000 to donate to any school program that she wanted to, and she chose to donate that $1,000 to our Play Unified sports program. But you'll get to meet her in February and hear all about the award.
So the SEPTA's next meeting is on March 19th at 6:30 at the GNC. And that's all I have. Anybody else?
I have something. So when we were giving out the shirts to the CTE programs, we also stopped by the lollipop shop, which was pretty amazing. We watched students make candy, chocolate-covered pretzels, lollipops, chocolate-covered Oreos, and
Oh, we got to eat those.
yeah. They also told us when we were there that they're available to make things for parties and receptions and weddings and things like that. So if you ever have any need to order things, you can order them. That was Miss Resiniti, right? Yeah, you can order them directly from there, and they'll fulfill any orders, and so it's really a cool thing.
I know the CPAG has a lunch and listen on the 27th if you want to check their social media. I don't have it in front of me, unfortunately, but I do, I know that's coming up, and then their next meeting is going to be February 11th. I wanted to talk, if that's okay, if you were done. Okay. I figured I'd ask, Margie might know the CPAG information better than me. So a few days ago, I got a new follower on my Instagram account. The account was called Chloe the Egg. This was immediately followed by a number of egg accounts that, in my suggested friends in the algorithm, which definitely got me curious. I spoke to the owner of the account, who explained to me how this works, and with her blessing, I'm going to give her credit for her taking the initiative on her assignment. Per Amanda Mikomanisky, who's a junior at Old Bridge High School, the assignment is for high school psychology, and we take care of an egg for a week. It's teaching them responsibility, the development of a child, and even socialization. We have to create, these are her words, we have to create an Instagram account for our egg and post friends, family, administrators, and teachers with it. I told Amanda that if it was okay with the grand chickens, that she could actually come to tonight's Board of Ed meeting for a little intro and photo shoot with the egg. But Amanda is a working mama hen and is already committed to her rigorous dance schedule 5 nights a week. Because she was so committed to her work and her assignment for Mr. Bustamonte's class, I told Amanda I would reach out to Dr. Sasso to arrange a photo op during the school day. This is going to be closing on Thursday, the assignment. So Amanda got that much more excited at the opportunity to get an egg pig with Dr. Sasso, too. So, yes, and I actually asked production if I could share the pic, because I printed them out, but they said because of their setting, they won't be able to. I'm sharing it on my social media. I have their blessing. So today, in between meetings, Dr. Sasso and I met with Amanda and Chloe the Egg for a mini shoot. She has since posted us on her Instagram account, and I wanted to shout her out for her excellent work and effort. They get extra credit for getting a pic with admin, but this ambitious chickie found this Board of Ed member and got both Dr. Sasso and myself in it. Thank you for letting me be a part of it. It was super cute. Dr. Sasso he's more used to it. This is my first time, but he got like his football helmet in the picture. It was cute. It was adorable. She was so excited. She said her mom wanted her to come tonight. But I appreciate that she's that, ambitious, that she's like, oh, I really don't want to miss dance. And so good job, Amanda, for being a go-getter. That was it.
I just want to mention that it's a little confusing on the school site that with our committee meetings, because we just reorganized all the committees. So now the special services, curriculum, and student life committees are rolled into student services, and that meeting is going to be on January 27th at 6:00 p.m.
I just have one thing. Dr. Sasso, if you wouldn't mind, I know that we're at a time of year right now where the weather does play chaos with the school schedule, and sometimes a lot of parents and staff, they want to know your process on determining a delay opening or a closure. I know that, David Sedadino, when he was here, he had a process he followed. Obviously, now you're in this position, and, I've been involved with snow removal and all kinds of different things over the last 35 years. I know it's a very difficult process. But if you could take a few minutes and explain to the public and the staff your rationale, the process that you're going to follow, and so that the staff knows, because there is all those meteorologists out there right now on social media saying that there's a blizzard coming on Sunday and Monday, and that it's going to be a huge problem. So maybe this is the perfect time to explain your process.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Dunn. And my first message to the community mentioned the polar vortex that we're currently in. No decision is made in a bubble, and so I'm surrounded by a really great team. Early on in the process, Mr. Tricomi, our Director of Plant Services, does a tremendous job. He and I met with the township early on just to coordinate our efforts. This was back in early December. So we developed that partnership to make sure that we're aligned with what's happening in the township. Here on our team, we have a weather team, and we are in constant communication all throughout the weekend. Even, by the way, I did order all storms to happen only on the weekends. So far, so good, although Sunday is looking a little shaky right now. But we, first thing this morning, it was, I think my first email today was out to the weather team after I saw the report, Mr. Wydell and Dr. Hoker, Dr. Tui, Mr. Domino, to make sure that, and certainly transportation plays a huge role in that, in those decisions. The safety of our students and staff is paramount to anything that we do, and so that's what guides all of our decisions, and certainly my final decision, whether we're on a delay or a school closure. But it's, as we know, meteorologists are only right about 30% of the time, and so the timing, we want to be respectful to families and certainly our students and staff to make sure that the information is out timely enough where people can make arrangements. But at the same time, we want to be in school every day and have a full day of school, so that's ultimately the goal. But I do have a meeting scheduled on Thursday morning with the weather team from the high school, Jetstream Jim Oliveri, who has been a confidant for many years, is right now working the NOAA website to make sure we're on top of it, and he'll provide some information, and then we'll meet as a team certainly on Thursday and Friday to make sure that we're prepared and ready, and whatever the storm takes. So I'll get a message out to the community, most likely on Friday, just kind of giving them a heads up of where we're at, especially if the timing of this is Sunday late afternoon into Monday, which could impact Monday. But as of right now, school is on, everything is fine, everything is normal, and with everything that we do, the safety of our students and our staff come above any decision that we ever make.
Last thing I would like to say is I just want to say thank you again for our plaques. I think as a board, a lot of people don't realize how much time, effort we put into any meeting that we attend, the conferences, everything that we do. It takes up a lot of our time, voluntarily, obviously, but thank you for the appreciation, and this is going right on my wall, right when you walk in my house.
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you too. This was really cool. This was such a special moment, and it's such a great picture. Scott always gets such really good pictures, I have to say. I immediately messaged him like, hey, can you send me some of these? And I think it's so cool that Woodshop did this, because I have their Christmas ornament, that they made. It smelled so good when I opened the envelope when that was delivered. And I know I talked to the board a little bit because we didn't know what was coming today, but we knew that there was going to be some acknowledgement for Boards Month. And I did want to just say, even though we're volunteer, and thank you, by the way, for doing this for us, but an extension of us is also Mr. Wydell. And, he is not just the business administrator, he is our Board of Ed secretary, and he takes a lot of time and puts a lot of care into everything he does, essentially wearing multiple hats, but at least two. And so I just wanted to say, just give him credit where it's due, and thank you for all you do.
Yes, we're all very thankful that you have to do the budget and not us.
I'll second that motion.
A motion to go into executive session, please.
I have one
go ahead.
I just got to know that there is a new funding policy update from the NJDOE. So I think, Mr. Wydell, I think we need to connect and see what does it mean to us. There are a few updates, I think, from the school funding policies. So we'll connect on that. Yeah. Okay.
Can I have a motion to go into closed executive session, please?
Richards Patterson will second.
Any discussion? Roll
All in-
call?
all in favor.
Aye.
Have a good night, guys.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
guys.
There you go. Does that feel good?